Welcome to Advanced Solutions How-To Session. Today's session will cover how to manage event attendance within event maintenance. Once you open up the Event Management System screen, you will come to the Login page. And as you can see here, the first item that it's asking for is your password. Now, any password and any level will work for today's session. So for today's session, I'm going to type in my create password. And by typing it in, I can either hit the enter key or I could come down and select the login by a single click with my mouse. Here we are in the Event System Maintenance homepage. As you can see, my level is currently create only. So that means I have access to 3 different sections, which would be the event maintenance, registration and attendance, and reports. Because I am not at the administrative level, I do not have access to my system settings. The topic for today is going to be event attendance. So I'm going to come over here to registration and attendance and select event attendance. Once event attendance opens, you will be brought into the in-house attendance mode. And as you can see, the first thing that's on display is the calendar of events. Now, your library may have multiple events on your calendar, but as you can see on mine, I only have 2. And if I hover over one of these calendar events, you will see the information or the detail about that event. So the one that I'm hovering over for the 11th of June, you will see that the start time is from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. The description is the Adult Summer Book Club. And then I have my description, come share your thoughts and opinions on a group selected book. Then the age range is for 18 or older. The library is Fairy Tale Library. So it's captured all that information from the setup of this event. So the topic today is about the attendance. Who's attending, who attended, how can we cancel, things like that. So just to talk about what we're looking at first is the calendar, obviously the list of events. Up here at the top, we can search for events by selecting the search slider. By selecting the search slider, it brings up a set of conditions that we can set to look for specific events, such as keyword. I can display the format in calendar or list. I can be specific on which location, so if I had multiple libraries within my system, I would be able to find specific locations. Then I could select event types. Remember, these were all set up in the system setup. Then I could select age group. So if I was to hit find, it basically brings up the exact same view that I'm looking at since I only have 2 events on my calendar. But whatever I had selected as any of my conditions would pull up those specific events in the calendar. If I wanted to view this in the list view, I would come up here to the top and select list view. Now this is more appeasing to the eye because now you're getting all the detail right up front. You're getting the event type, the date, the start time, all that great information right here under the list view. I also still have my search so that I can search for specific events. So I can set my conditions for the keyword. I can change my display format to calendar or keep it as list. I can put in a date range for events. And again, I could select my location, event types, and age groups. Then I can also choose my presenter, instructor, and zip code. Also from the list view, we have some other options that we can make modifications to. Now up here in the toolbar above each one of these events, there's a series of things that we can modify. And from Show Me More all the way down to Download Calendar is what the patrons would view from their side. So these would be things that they're able to do as well as you are able to do. Show Me More will give you more events if you had more than 25 on this first page. So instead of coming up and selecting 50, you could also do Show Me More or Show More. Email a friend. When I select Email Friend, a text box appears with the information about the event along with information for me to populate with my name or the patron's name, the patron's email address, and then who they'd like to email this information to. You could select send, and then that patron gets this information and can register for the event as well. Notify Me also brings up a text box, but what this will do is notify you or the patron of any event type called Book Club. So when you did your setup, you categorized all of your events by a certain type. So this particular type is Book Club. Anytime this would appear, the patron would get an email just by populating their first and last name and then their email address. Selecting Print will also bring up a box. This time, it's just information about the event, so that I can select Print. It will go to my printer that's on my computer, and then I have the information to post on my wall or in my agenda book. Download to Calendar. This is a great tool. It will create a file so that you can upload it to your calendar, such as Outlook. Then when the event gets closer, you can set your reminders in Outlook so that you know when this event's supposed to occur. The other option that you see here in the toolbar is More Information or More Info Register. By selecting this, it brings up a screen for the event attendance sheet. And we're going to talk about this in just a few moments. So I'm going to flip back over to our list view and show you that we can get to that in another way. Just by selecting the title of the event, takes us to the exact same place. Now one other way, I'm going to do View Another Attendance Sheet again, and I'm going to change over to Calendar View, and this time I'm going to select the Adult Summer Book Club, and it takes me to that same page. So there are three ways that you can get to that attendance sheet from either view. You can go the Calendar View, select Adult Summer Book Club, you could go to the List View, select the actual title, or select More Info Register.